How you doing? I am Ken Kinter, and this is day 685 of my journey through leukemia. It has been a while since I've done one of these, which I feel bad about. The good part about it is there hasn't been really big, dramatic, bad news. And I've become very busy with life again. All this is a good thing, but I feel bad for not maintaining this connection with you and with myself and all that good stuff. I have been thinking about it a lot, just busy with other things. This is actually an interesting time. A couple milestones coming up. It was 2 years ago, actually tomorrow, when I started feeling sick. Back in the early days, when basically my symptoms were uh, diarrhea and just upset stomach, and I thought this was a stomach virus. So that literally just started 2 years ago tomorrow. So it kind of feels like another lap around the track. And especially with people with my diagnosis, I think the running odds are about 70% chance of making it through 5 years. So you start counting the years. That's one of those little things that goes along with this. It's also another milestone is that I have been considered cancer free and in outpatient maintenance for about 14 months now. So in 2023, I was admitted about 11 times. 2024, I was not admitted, but I had an ER visit that was related to this on one occasion. And so far this year, it's just been continued outpatient maintenance, which we'll talk about a little bit more. And by the way, it's also in that same amount of time, it's about 14, 15 months with hair. So yeah, I still don't have it together yet. I'm still a combination of straight and curly. I still don't know what to do with it, but I do want to grow it and I do want to donate it. So if it's a little flyaway and crazy now, that's where it is. But it's nice to have it back again. So anyway, how things are going? I'm back working again, 3 jobs because I'm insane. The full time with Rutgers, teaching 2 classes for Seton Hall, both of which in the departments of psychology, and also doing the private practice, working with people with addictions and also working with people who have mentally ill and addicted loved ones and being able to deal with that. Um, Doing a lot of work, working real hard, trying to put away a lot of money because the big Egypt trip is on for this summer. And that is my bucket list trip of all bucket list trips. It's where I've wanted to go since I was 8 years old, and I'm continually putting it off. And I'm done putting it off because I thought I waited too long. That was one of the revelations of being in the hospital when you think you've um, waited too long. But I have noticed it is hard. It's hard to maintain 3 jobs. That's sort of a silly thing, to do. Most of my jobs are very friendly to this sort of thing. Counseling, you can schedule it, and I can do it from the computer. Um, I'm working from home for my full-time job, so you don't have things like I still visit hospitals, but I don't do that much commuting. And the Seton Hall thing, you go up once a week, do 2 classes back to back, and come back. So it's optimal, but it's still a really heavy lift. So I don't think I'm going to be continuing that too long. I think I'm going to do that through the vacation. We have the rest of the summer off from Seton Hall. And I think when I'll be making, we have 2 more classes at Seton Hall in the fall. And after that, I'm going to be making some decisions about what to do next because self-care is a big thing. Um, you don't come out the other side of leukemia, even if you're cancer-free or on maintenance, without having some damage done. Uh, I nap nearly every day now, which I never did before. I sleep 8, 9 hours a night now, which I never did before. So self-care, particularly in the form of sleep and diet, is and exposure to other people is key. So the maintenance thing goes well. That means I go to Fox Chase once, twice a month, get blood work done. The blood work has been excellent. And if I'm asymptomatic and the blood work is good, then we go back into doing the maintenance. Some of the medications they started me on, they've stopped because they were lowering my white blood cell counts and things like that. So they're going to be starting me on a new medication. I don't know if that's going to be immediately or if that's going to be following because I'm not fully in maintenance now. I'm only kind of halfway in. And so there's another medication that they need to give me, which unfortunately will require another admission, but I can live with that. Some of the other things I've noticed, it's much easier now to forget about cancer and just kind of live life day to day, which is really nice. I feel like I look like a normal non-cancer carrying person again. It was very rough having the physical signs of it that everyone could see and notice, and now people are kind of surprised that when they saw me, if I was sick, they're now surprised to see me well, and if they see me well, they don't know that I really had it, and I have to show them pictures. So that's an interesting thing. One of the weird things that come with these diseases, I'm guessing, and I'm welcome to feedback from anyone else who's had the experience, is these little sort of latent signs of PTSD where you never forget about it. And whenever, you feel a special kinship with people that have cancer and you're very sensitive to stories about it, it's kind of like poking at a sore spot. For example, this week, David Johansen died of cancer, and you just feel them a little bit more because it's like it's a little more personal. You feel like you have some idea of what the person went through, even though you really don't. Um, so that part's really difficult. And of course, when you have any symptom at all, you immediately think it is cancer. So you're always like halfway back into that again. So like I said, it's PTSD-ish, you know. I try to embrace reminders and things about it. I don't try to avoid it because it all plugs into the idea that this fight is going on, and I'm grateful every day to be alive. I don't view this as something that you beat anymore. And you could look at some of my old videos and see that that has changed. It's a day-to-day thing. If you wake up and you feel good today, you do everything you can do. If you wake up and you feel terrible, you sleep, you rest, you take care of yourself, and hope you get it back later in the day or the next day. That's really how that part works. Right now, we're just getting through a really bad winter, not snow wise, but cold weather wise, and really loving the 50 and 60-degree temperatures again. Looking very much forward to uh, being back out in the warm weather. Another interesting thing that I wanted to talk about was me, if I had to inventory my own flaws, besides from not being able to shut up, which I don't know if that's going anywhere. Um, if you had asked me a few years ago, and I did ask my wife this, my biggest flaw or character defect was procrastination. I was a champion procrastinator, and I don't think that would be it anymore. I asked my wife about this once a year. I try to ask her this question because I try to work on the thing that she suggests. And one of the things she said to me was that now it wouldn't be procrastination anymore. I'm much better at that, but I do for other people and not for myself. And that's valid. And I also don't know how much I'm going to change that one. I think that's more of an adjustment. Procrastination was something that needed to go kind of all in on. But yeah, I don't know about that. But it is true, and I need to take better care of myself. You know, maybe before reaching out to other people, making sure I'm okay. If I'm not taking good care of me, I can't take good care of anybody else for too long. So that's what that's about. Um, But one of the things that I did not like about myself was that I always needed reminders to be grateful for what I had. Working in the emergency room, you see people coming in sick and dying and dead. And, so that reminder was always right there, but it never stuck. It never stayed with me. It would be like, yeah, you think you're having a bad day. Somebody else stopped breathing today, or somebody else had a terrible car accident today, or somebody else found out they had cancer or AIDS or something along those lines. And it took that to snap me out of, oh, I got bills to pay and work is hard and life is hard and, all that kind of stuff. Well, this one, because the illness stays with me every day and I think about it every day, long stretches of time when I don't think about it, which is nice. But part of every day, taking medications or a reminder or something like that, can't go a whole day without seeing an ad for a cancer center or a cancer medication in the course of a day. Um, this stays with me. So the gratitude stays with me. So in a way, these last 2 years, they've been the hardest. They've been the hardest of my life. But in a weird way, they've been the most rewarding. They've had the most gratitude in them. And I also feel like it's sorted my priorities much better. I feel like my energy and my focus is much more on important things now than before when it was kind of everywhere. And I have that feeling of gratitude with me all the time, which I'm really happy about. Um, so I'm an incurable silver linings person, and so that's part of the way that the silver lining shows up. But anyway, all is good here. Um, If you're watching this, I thank you for your time. I thank you for your attention. I love being back doing what I'm doing again, whether it's at Rutgers and Seton Hall. I feel like I'm back and fully engaged in life now, but just maybe with a few more naps and certainly a few more doctor's appointments. But that's all right. That trade is worth it. Um, if you or a loved one are dealing with this, anything like this, please don't hesitate. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. And if there's anything I can do uh, to help, I would love to be able to do it. Um, my hope is that this whole experience that I've gone through and everything that I've learned can help others. And I've already seen it starting to help others. I've had friends and loved ones that have started to have to deal with cancer. And I like to think that I'm some comfort to them, even more so because of my own experience. So, any way you can, to horribly paraphrase Thich Nhat Hanh, any way you can turn shit into roses is a good thing. So anyway, I wish you well. I hope all goes well with you in your life, health-wise and otherwise. And I will definitely seek out to try to be better about giving these updates a little more often, not just when something wild happens, but just kind of staying in touch. So anyway, take it easy. All the best, and thank you.